Now in my layout, another couple of things I wanted to show you are just the references, because artists have to look at things when they draw. And I'd like to tell you a quick little story now. As an art teacher, I get a story about a talented relative from a visitor almost once a week. I can't tell you how many times people have come in, and when they find out you're an art teacher, they'll go into the talented nephew who might not be able to read or write, but he can draw anything without looking. And that's always kind of a funny thing, because all art is from things that we've seen or experienced. So we look and then we illustrate or paint or draw. And so I will recommend to you that you must look at reference for your inspiration. Now, I'm not saying copy verbatim, but you've got to have reference material. And reference material comes in a lot of different forms. So I'm going to show you some of that right now to let you know what my eyes are falling on before I make my strokes. And John Singer Sargent said that we need to look about 9 times and make 1 stroke. And so most of the work is observing and looking before you make your marks. So if you go 15 minutes without looking at anything, then you've probably made a muddy mess. So look at your reference materials. Now here's some references. When I'm going to paint this guy's blue suit, I'm going to glance back at my rough here and reference that first sketch that I created. The best reference to use is outside. Now, I did this a couple of weeks ago from a plein air expedition. A painter friend of mine went to an area near Mineola, and we stayed out on Saturday and painted this little scene in front of a lake. And it was a great day, although it was 104 degrees, so that's another reason why most people don't go outside in the summer and paint. But there's nothing like reference with your own eyeball. Your eye can see so much more than a camera can. And so this was a great experience. Another one that I have here is a little scene. I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is a painting that's on a board with canvas on the surface. And I used a photograph when painting this. And I don't have that photograph here, but it was something like a typical 35mm photograph that you might take on a camera. Now these days we can shoot digital images and then print them out on our printer. And I just happened to have this one out because I was doing a doorknob. Can you see this little doorknob right here? I don't know what a doorknob looks like unless I go look at one. If I fake it, it'll look like I faked it. So I photographed a doorknob at the local hardware store with my iPhone. I ran home, put it on my computer, printed it out, and in 10 minutes I had that doorknob, no problem. And then I throw the picture away. And so that's very typical for what I might do. And many times I'll tape the image up there that I'm looking at so that my eyes aren't going very far, looking at the photograph, coming back to the painting. You don't want something way over here and then be painting here, because if you're looking 500 times, it'll wear you out. So the smallest distance for your eyes to move back and forth from your photo reference or your real reference is really better for you. So reference material is extremely important. By the way, this was another one from a photo. This is a mountain in the south of France, and it's pulled from a photograph. I couldn't sit there on that mountainside and paint that one very comfortably because we were traveling, and so from this photo then I created this oil on panel. So that's a few words about layout. I hope that helps you a little bit understand how you might go about laying out your project quickly before you lay the paint on. One more thing, you don't have to use charcoal or pencil. I discovered a few years ago that you can go directly to canvas with the paintbrush. So what I have here is a small paintbrush and a pile of burnt umber paint, and if I wanted to lay out this area, I could just do it as easy with this paintbrush. And if I didn't like a particular area, I can take my my Bounty Quicker Picker Upper and put just a little bit of Turpenoid on that, and I've got a new type of eraser that will pull that paint right off. So this is your marking stick and this is your eraser if you want to draw, you know, with your paint as you figure out, you know, what you want to do with your images. So a few words about the layout. I hope that helps.